in today's lesson we're going to begin looking at the second line of Sloop John B. We're just going to jump straight into the first bar on the second line, and if you want to you can begin by writing in the notes that we're playing. So we only have two notes. The first note is an E note and the second note is a G note. Now what we're going to do is clap those notes out so we know the timing or the rhythm of them. So the first note is a white note with a dot beside it, and that is called a dotted minim, and it lasts for 3 beats. So when we clap it we go like this: 1, 2, 3. And the last note, the G note, is a crotchet, and it only lasts there for 1 beat and it's falling on beat 4, so we would count it like this: 4. So putting those two notes together it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how we would clap those notes out. We're now going to try and play them. If you're looking at your tablature, our first note is an E note, as we've already said, and you find that on your bottom string, just playing that on its own. You don't need to press down any strings, and you'll see that's a 0 on the first line of your tablature. So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3. And then you'll see there's a 0 on the third line of your tablature, so that means you're playing your third string open again, and you count that as 4. So it goes like this. If you put it all together: 1, 2, 3, 4. And you might just want to pause the video and practice that first bar. We're now going to move on to the second bar of line 2, and we're going to begin just by writing in the notes that we're playing. So if you have a pencil, that would be great. And the notes that we are playing are E, E, E. So the first 3 notes there are all E notes. And then if you write the letter F right under the very last note. So those are the notes that you're playing today. And we're now going to clap these notes. So we start off with a crotchet, okay? So that falls on beat 1. So we count it like this: 1. And then we have 2 notes that are joined together, and as you know probably by now, these are quavers. So we're squeezing rather two notes into beat number 2, and we count that as 2 and. However, if you were to take a look at that last quiver, you'll see that there's a little sort of curved line that's joining it onto the next note, and that, as you again probably know by this stage, is known as a tied note. And what that means is that last quiver that we just clapped is also lasting for beat number 3. So it's, in other words, it's lasting for an extra beat. So to clap that out properly, we go like this: 1, 2, and 3. So we do not clap on the number 3. We count the number 3, but we do not clap on the number 3. So I'll do that again: 1, 2, and 3. And then to finish the bar off, we're playing an F note, which is a crotchet, and it falls on beat 4. So it'll be just like this: 4. So putting that all together, it goes like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4. So the main golden rule of this bar is not to clap on beat number 3. So I'll do that again for you. So it goes 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you might want to just practice that a few times, making sure that you don't clap on beat number 3. So the notes are, we start off with, if you're looking at your tablature, we have 3 zeros. And these are all E notes, as you know by now, and we would count them as 1, 2, and 3. Remembering we're allowing that last note to ring out into beat 3 as well. So we go like this: 1, 2, and 3. And then we finish off with the F note, and you'll see that says number 1 on the first line of your tablature. So we're on our first string using our first finger in the first fret, and we count that as 4. So putting these 4 notes together, we go like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you might just want to practice that bar, maybe even put the bars 1 and 2 of the second line together, and then we'll move on to bar number 3. Okay, so just as we move into bar number 3, we're going to again just write down the notes. So the notes that we want to write down, first 3 notes are G, G, G. And then if you want to, on the last 2 notes, write the letters F and E. So it's G, 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 and then the very last 2 notes are F and E. We're now just going to clap these, okay? And if we start off with a crotchet that falls on beat 1. So we count that as 1. And then we have 2 quavers. And as we learnt from the previous bar, we count that as 2 and. So putting that together it goes like this: 1, 2 and. But you'll see that just on the last note that we just clapped, the last quaver, again it's joined or tied to another note. But this time it's tied to another quaver, which basically means it's lasting an extra half a beat. And in this case it's taking up also the first half of beat 3. So what we want to do, we want to clap it like this: 1, 2 and 3, just to remind us that we're taking up also the first half of beat 3. And then the next note, the F note, is a quaver, and it's taking up the second half of beat 3, if you like. So we use an and for that. We normally use ands for counting quavers. So we go like this: and. So putting this all together so far, we would count it like this: 1, 2 and 3 and. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 and. And then we finally finish off with a crotchet lasting 1 beat, which falls on beat 4. We count it like this: 4. We'll now just clap it all together so we get an idea of what the whole bar sounds like. So it goes 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. You might also find it helpful not to count out the 3 in this case. You might find it helpful just counting it out as 1, 2 and 4, leaving out the 3. So we'll do that. So I'll say that again: 1, 2 and 4. So if I was to do that: 1, 2 and 4. That's another way to do it, just leaving out the 3. And then if I was to play these notes, we're starting off on G notes, and that we find that in this case on the 3rd fret of our first string, and you'll see it says 3, 3, 3 on the first line of your tablature, and that's what that means. So we go 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. And then we're just going to play the last 2 notes, which is a 1 and a 0, or an F and an E. We go and 4. So we count it like this: 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Or as I've said before, you can leave out the 3 and just count it as 1, 2 and 4. We go 1, 2 and 4. Okay, and then we'll move on to the last bar. Okay, so the last bar is quite simple, just 1 note, and it's a D note if you're writing it down. And you'll see that this note sort of looks like a little bit like an eyeball, and it lasts for 4 beats. So when we count it, we'll need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, but you will also see that there is a curved line coming from it, so that tells us that it's tied and it lasts a bit longer. So if we take a look at this tied line, it actually goes all the way down to line number 3. Okay, you'll see a little curved line at line number 3, the first bar of line number 3 as well. And what that means is this D note lasts an extra beat basically. So it's lasting all 4 beats of the last bar in beat 2. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's also lasting the first beat on line 3. So the way we want to count that is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We don't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And we do it that way because there's 4 beats in each bar. So if we were to count it like this, just let's do this, and you'll see it says number 3 on your second line of your tablature, so that's on the 3rd fret on your 2nd string using your 3rd finger. So we go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And what we're now going to try and do is just put the whole line together. Okay, so we're now just going to put the whole thing together. I'm going to just play it slowly, counting through the beats, and see how you get on, and then I'm going to play it without counting the beats, just so you can hear how it sounds. So here we go. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm just going to play it all the way through without counting the beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you might now just want to try and play along with me. I'll count us in after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now you've learnt line 2, you might want to have a go at putting lines 1 and 2 together, and I'm sure I'll see you in the next Zoom lesson.